After 9 years of covering Donald Trump, it's difficult to say which bothers Donald Trump more, being made to look like a fool, the butt of a joke, or being told no, especially when it results in a diminished version of his own sense of his power.
You're scrolling the news and suddenly see this headline: Trump erupts over taco trade nickname. But wait, what the heck is taco trade? It stands for Trump always chickens out. Yeah, seriously. The name's gone viral because every time Trump threatens massive tariff, he talks tough, he bullies countries, markets start panicking, and just when things heat up, he backs off. Every single time. From China to Canada, Mexico to Europe, it's the same pattern. Loud threats, big headlines, then suddenly silence. In this video, we're diving into 10 real examples where Trump threatened a tariff war and then completely backed off. And yep, we'll also look at how this taco-style chaos is affecting you and me, from market shocks to rising prices around the world. Let's get into it. Trump always chickens out. That's what TACO stands for. And it's not just a meme, it's a pattern.
The federal court has just blocked the bulk of President Trump's sweeping global tariffs from going into effect. The ruling comes from the U.S. Court of International Trade in Manhattan. It's a unique and relatively low-key division of the federal judiciary, but tonight it is flexing its authority in a big way. The three-judge panel ruled in favor of an injunction against the tariffs which have roiled worldwide financial markets in recent months.
Over the years, Trump has repeatedly threatened massive tariffs on countries like China, Mexico, and even allies like Canada and Germany, only to back off when the market gets shaky or political pressure kicks in. Take 2018. He promised 25% tariffs on all car imports from Europe. Headlines exploded. Stocks dropped. Then nothing happened. He backed down quietly. Or in 2019, a sudden threat of tariffs on Mexico unless they stop illegal immigration. Within days, after businesses panicked and auto industry leaders pushed back, he reversed course. Investors now expect this flip-flop behavior. One minute it's trade war, the next it's handshake diplomacy. And this roller coaster leaves businesses guessing should they raise prices, change suppliers, cancel shipments. The New York Times recently called it out. Trump's tariff strategy creates confusion. And when there's confusion in global trade, it doesn't just stay in Washington, it spreads worldwide. Let's break down the top 10 times.
Move over canaries in coal mines, because in terms of flashing red indicators, nothing beats what is happening at America's largest port right now, as in this afternoon. Thanks to Donald Trump's tariffs, a radical act of economic and political self-sabotage.
Trump talked tough on tariffs, then totally backed off the essence of taco trade. 1. China. Trump announced a 25% tariff on $300 billion worth of Chinese goods. Markets tumbled. Then he delayed it for the holidays. Result? Backed off. 2. Mexico. He threatened escalating tariffs starting at 5%, rising monthly unless Mexico stopped illegal immigration. Businesses panicked, especially automakers. Few days later, dropped. Result? Backed off. 3. Trump removed India's trade privileges, then hinted at more tariffs. Nothing ever followed. Result? Just a bluff. Backed off. 4. European Union auto tariffs were his favorite threat. He targeted BMW, Audi, and Mercedes. The EU warned of retaliation, and he quietly paused the plan. Result? Backed off. 5. Vietnam. He accused them of being worse than China on trade, suggested tariffs. Markets reacted. No follow-up. Result? Bluff. Backed off. 6. Canada. Steel and aluminum tariffs in 2018 hit hard. Canada fired back. Trump suddenly agreed to lift them in 2019. Result? Backed off. 7. France. France proposed a digital tax on tech giants. Trump threatened tariffs on French wine and cheese. Then they agreed to talk it out. Result? Backed off. 8. Japan. Trump threatened tariffs to force a trade deal. Japan played it cool. Deal came. No major tariffs. Result? Backed off. 9. UK post-Brexit. He hinted at tariffs if UK didn't align with US rules. No one took it seriously. Nothing happened. Result? Just noise. Backed off. 10. Apple Trump suggested slapping tariffs on iPhones assembled in China. Stock prices dipped. He then tweeted Apple won't be taxed. Result? Backed off. Every time, tough talk, market panic, then a quiet walk back.
Another new tariff turnaround from President Trump, announcing on Sunday he will delay his plan to levy a sweeping 50% tariff on the European Union just days after declaring them.
This is the taco trade strategy. Even a single Trump tweet could send shockwaves through global markets, causing sudden drops or spikes in stock prices. Businesses struggled to plan as tariff threats created constant uncertainty about costs and supply chains. For example, Apple faced serious supply chain disruptions because of potential tariffs on Chinese components, leading to production delays and increased costs. These impacts forced companies to either absorb higher expenses or pass them to consumers, causing price fluctuations on everyday products. Consumer confidence took a hit as prices went up, then down unpredictably, making people cautious about spending. According to a 2024 report from the Federal Reserve, trade policy uncertainty reduced business investments by nearly 15%. And in the middle of all this chaos, the only thing that stayed steady, the taco shell. Economists widely call Trump's tariff moves a chaotic trade policy that shakes markets and businesses alike. Many experts say this back-and-forth approach damages long-term planning and global trust. This kind of unpredictability creates risks that ripple through global supply chains and financial markets. Even countries not directly involved feel the impact as market volatility spreads uncertainty worldwide. The global economy becomes a delicate balancing act, easily disturbed by sudden tariff threats or reversals. To sum it up, Trump's tariff threats have been loud and headline-grabbing, but often inconsistent when it comes to real action. This uncertainty isn't just political noise, it disrupts markets, shakes investor confidence, and impacts everyday consumers worldwide. Businesses delay decisions, supply chains get strained, and prices on goods, from electronics to groceries, can spike unexpectedly. Experts warn that this kind of chaotic trade policy fuels global instability. Even countries not directly involved feel the ripple effects through volatile markets and changing currency values.
Across the globe this weekend, world leaders are trying to figure out how to respond to President Trump's attempt to reshape the global economy by imposing steep tariffs. The European Union is already said to be drawing up a list of proposed retaliatory tariffs on U.S. products. And a White House official says that more than 50 countries have contacted the administration so far to start negotiations on the import duties.
So while the threats grab headlines, the real damage happens quietly behind the scenes, affecting jobs, inflation, and economic growth. The takeaway? Trade wars are more than just tough talk. They have real consequences that hit your pocketbook. Next time you hear a big tariff threat, remember it might just be another taco moment where tough words don't always turn into action. And hey, maybe next time he'll threaten burritos instead. At least those are tastier. Stay informed, because your tacos and everything else might cost more than you think.